A very good evening and welcome along to the Stadio Giuseppe Meazza. It is the biggest game of this round 16 in Serie A. 52 days later, we are back for the resumption of the 2022-23 season. And what a game in prospect. Inter against Napoli, second against third from last season. Napoli, the runaway league leaders, but they have a poor record here at Inter in recent times. Manuel Pascali, Happy New Year to you.
Hi Patrick, good evening, Happy New Year to you as well, and Happy New Year to everyone. Serie A is back, and you said we are finally back to it. What a game we have tonight. It's the game everybody's waiting for since the World Cup break, and even if it's just January, this could be already decisive for the Scudetto race.
It could indeed be decisive, but Milan and Juventus have done their jobs, victorious against Salernitana and Cremonese respectively. Now it's up to Inter to try and do the whole league a favour. Simone Inzaghi has almost a full squad to pick from. Only Brozovic misses out through injury. Acerbi is preferred to De Vrij. Darmian will be asked to keep Kvaratskhelia quiet, while Lukaku partners top scorer Dzeko. The Belgian starts for the first time since late August. Top at Christmas, Luciano Spalletti was gifted the good news of Rahmani and Kvaratskhelia returning to full fitness. The defender had been out since early October, while the Georgian missed the final 3 matches of 2022. 4 of Napoli's 5 players who featured at Qatar 2022 start tonight. Fabulous home support here. United proud but never tamed reads the choreography in the Curva Nord. It is a sellout at the Meazza, and Inter, who've won each of their last 4 games against Napoli in Serie A, are hoping to extend that sequence. It is almost last chance saloon for them. 11 points off the pace, plenty of sides between them and the league leaders. Napoli not only unbeaten, they've dropped just 4 points all season. Samir Handanovic, the club captain there, a word with Daniele Baldini, formerly on the Inter staff when Luciano Spalletti was here. All eyes on San Siro. Arguably the 2 best footballing teams in Serie A when at their very best. Milan might have a thing or two to say about that. But Napoli have been sensational. There's no other word to describe their form. All conquering domestically, rampant in Europe. And yet, if there is a team that could stop them, you do feel it might well be Inter, given what's gone before, and given how much pressure is on the Nerazzurri. "11 points off the pace. Inter begin the new year playing catch-up and face the daunting prospect of what Inzaghi has dubbed the best team in Europe, Napoli. Luciano Spalletti's men are unbeaten and have dropped just 4 points all season. They have, however, lost on each of their last 4 visits to the Meazza. Wednesday night action in Serie A. The new year begins here for Inter and Napoli, with a World Cup winner watching on from the sidelines. We mentioned what a daunting prospect Napoli will be for Simone Inzaghi, but Luciano Spalletti's Napoli face a real unit in terms of the size and stature of Inter. So many big players physically in the starting lineup tonight, the likes of Lukaku and Dzeko. Skriniar there too, plus Acerbi and Bastoni. They're big boys. Can they step up tonight and inflict a first league defeat on the league leaders? Di Lorenzo committing his future to Napoli. Still some question marks about where Milan Skriniar will be playing next season. He's out of contract in the summer, but that can wait for now. His main task tonight is to try and inspire Inter to a win. There's the team of officials. Man in the tracksuit top, Marco Piccinini. Simone Sozza is the referee tonight. And Michael Fabri, our video assistant referee at the IBC in Lissone. Romelu Lukaku hasn't played since the defeat at Lazio. That was way back when, on the 26th of August. He's up against Rahmani tonight, who might well be rusty himself after picking up an injury in early October at Cremonese. But Victor Osimhen will be determined to overshadow Lukaku tonight. He is the league's top scorer. He was the best under-23 player in Serie A last season. How he'd love to be MVP this term, but he has a rival within his own team, Kvicha Kvaratskhelia, the sensational story of the early portion of the season. Can he continue his exploits tonight? Before we start, a minute's silence for Pele, who passed away over the Christmas holidays. Winner of 3 World Cups and arguably the most famous footballer of all time. Plenty of thoughts also went to Sinisa Mihajlovic, who also tragically lost his life since we last played in Serie A action. Former Inter player and a legend of the Italian game. So often nearly then in the past, is it finally going to be Napoli's year? If they can pass this test, their credentials will only be strengthened when it comes to their claim to win the title. We're up and running at San Siro, Inter against Napoli. How do you see this one panning out, Manuel Pascali?
Look, Patrick, this is a game everybody wants to watch. Everybody hopes since you start to play football to play. The atmosphere is absolutely electric, fantastic, full house here in San Siro, and we will see the physical attributes of Inter against technical abilities and sharpness up front for Napoli.
Napoli immediately going to press. No change in shape for them, that 4-3-3, which has served them so well. And it is arguably their strongest 11. A couple of question marks still as to who their best left-back is. Lukaku with the knockdown. Here's Dzeko trying to force his way through. Lobotka with an all-important challenge. Now Kvaratskhelia. Great to see him back. And Inter will be on red alert every time he gets the ball. Dumfries not quite 100% fit, but even if he had been at his sharpest, there is a case to put Darmian in.
Yes, obviously he's the main man for Napoli. He's been a fantastic surprise for quite everyone at the start of the season. He's been outstanding for Napoli. But look, Patrick, Inter start from the back, but they've got an extra solution with Lukaku up front. Napoli tries to press as high as possible, but this long ball that Onana plays on Lukaku, almost playing the Dzeko.
Oliveira releasing Kvaratskhelia. He's got the wrong side of Darmian, hoping for the flag, which came.
See, it's another interesting move that Napoli applies often. Look, Kvaratskhelia is inside. Darmian leaves him because he thinks that the screener is on him. Probably he was onside. It's a great recovery from Lobotka. He's another player who's been outstanding for Spalletti.
Acerbi. Inter going very direct tonight, and here's why. Lukaku dispossessed by Kim Min-jae.
Not sure if Acerbi was for the big Belgian striker, but almost 2 minutes played, and Inter is already putting the big centre back of Napoli under pressure with this couple of long balls. Main danger is Lukaku didn't control well this ball, but Napoli at the back has to be very, very careful.
Certainly gives Inter a different option now, an alternative. Lukaku can make those runs in behind. He can also win knockdowns. Lobotka, Osimhen, Zielinski. Osimhen once more. Oliveira finding Zombonguissa, who thought he was caught. The referee not interested. Barella comes away with it. Mkhitaryan. Bastoni. Mkhitaryan goes down. This time the whistle does go the way of Inter.
Yes, Inter was trying to find Barella in behind the Napoli center mids, but then again, good spell of possession for Inter.
Lukaku trying to pin Kim. Lukaku's found half a yard. Dzeko is there, and Di Marco round the back. Just couldn't hit the target, but Inter have started this game so well.
Yeah, they started on the front foot, and Lukaku is using his body perfectly. It's almost impossible to stop there. Look, this kind of ball. Sweet ball for Dzeko stretch, and then Di Marco there. Tried to hit the net from there, but the angle was not perfect.
Dzeko's flick. Lukaku's in. Romelu Lukaku. And between them, Di Lorenzo got there. Di Marco's cross. Collected by Darmian. came off Oliveira's back. The flag is up, but Napoli really struggling defensively here.
And I think it's the second time, Patrick, that Lukaku didn't have the perfect connection there, perfect stop there. Look here, it's a great idea for Dzeko. Lukaku, yes, he's offside, but look, not the perfect control there by Inter. Started the game so well. Obviously, they are home, the atmosphere is electric, and they go for the 3 points tonight.
And Di Marco's been in good goal-scoring form as well. Found the net here against Roma, got a brace against Bologna. He has reached a new level this season. And he arguably could have given Inter the lead there. At least should have hit the target and tested Meret. A let-off for Napoli. Lobotka. Politano. Kvaratskhelia. Oliveira. Osimhen. Looking for Oliveira again. Skriniar did well. This is Çalhanoğlu. Good football in tight areas. That was a fair challenge from Rahmani. How Napoli have missed him. Skriniar. Route one again. This time for Barella, who's onside. And he went for goal.
I think so, Pat. Look, because this side, there is Oliveira, goes very, very tight on Darmian. So there is this channel look for Barella, who's slightly offside. It's a good ball from Skriniar. This is a movement that Inter can make, and Zielinski had to go and track Barella run, but plenty of things to watch on it. Just 6 minutes, Inter are almost flying, but look, we've seen Napoli so many times, Patrick, they look maybe they are having some difficulties, and then they go and score.
And they frequently come from behind to win as well this season. Verona, Lazio, Bologna, Atalanta, even when they trail, they don't necessarily lose their composure. Kim. And the onus is on Inter to try and win this match, less so Napoli. Di Lorenzo. Di Marco with a fair challenge. Still Hakan Çalhanoğlu in that deep line playmaker role. Brozovic out with injury, but Çalhanoğlu might have started anyway, such has been his form. Has also allowed Mkhitaryan to thrive and play consistently. It's his 100th game in Serie A this evening. Very productive spell in the Italian top flight since moving to Italy first with Roma. Kvaratskhelia. Rahmani. Politano's ball forward, dealt with by Acerbi. That'll be a great battle between Lukaku and Kim. Lobotka always seems to find a pocket of space. Now it's Kvaratskhelia. Chance to drive at the Inter defence. Kvaratskhelia, was he caught there by Skriniar? The referee's not interested. The Napoli supporters are not happy.
There is a kind of light tackle between Skriniar leg and Kvaratskhelia leg. Just here, Kvaratskhelia doesn't go down immediately, so probably the referee is nearly here the chance. You see, Rahmani goes with Dzeko, who leaves the ball for Lukaku, and here Kim does a great job because he uses physicality as well and put Lukaku off balance, and he lost that crucial control.
Lukaku, Barella, nice idea to try and find Di Marco, not quite the execution required. Coming back to that Kvaratskhelia supposed dive, he had no reason to go down, he was still in possession, Manuel.
Yeah, of course, I think he was in between a couple of Inter players, and there was an interesting situation. I think Skriniar got a light tackle on him, but not enough. Probably, we see lately the referee preferring this kind of solution, leave the play go on. It's more entertaining, and I agree 100% with that.
Napoli's form Napoli's form rather has been absolutely blistering. 11 straight wins to close out 2022 in Serie A. Then again, Inter followed up their most recent loss here against Roma by winning 6 of the next 7. The one match that bucked the trend was that loss in Turin against Juventus. Zombonguissa. Politano. Zombonguissa once more. Politano shown inside. Zielinski allowed to turn. Barella with the all-important block. Kim. Matias Oliveira. Zielinski. Politano. There was Mkhitaryan to stop the cross, but that's more like it for the visitors.
Yeah, Pat, by the way, how confident is Napoli? Even the centre-back Kim joining the play there, comes and leaving his position. We don't see so much teams playing this kind of football. Amazing job by Spalletti.
Zombonguissa was reportedly not slated to start. There was talk of Tongi and Dombele getting the nod, but in the end, Spalletti has gone with his first choice midfield. A couple of question marks perhaps, Mario Rui or Oliveira, and the other one would be Politano Lozano. For the other 9, you'd probably say pick themselves. On by Dzeko. Not the best touch that from Rahmani. And Lukaku causing problems, even if he's not 100% fit. Saw that in Qatar. It was particularly wasteful for Belgium in that goalless draw against Croatia, which saw them go out of the World Cup. Lukaku was under fire there for his profligacy, but it's water off a duck's back. He's focused on proving Inter right for bringing him back. Barella nearly lost possession there under pressure from Osimhen and Lobotka. Di Lorenzo, Zombonguissa. Both of these sides still in Europe. Inter will be up against Porto in the round of 16 of the Champions League. Napoli face Eintracht Frankfurt. Both will feel they can get a result. Lobotka keeps it moving.
See, Pat, the difference between the two teams. Inter, when they got the possession and they don't have any solution, they go straight into the 2 strikers. Napoli moves the ball side to side.
Osimhen, Di Lorenzo, that's going to be the first corner of the game.
Yeah, they enjoy more the possession, they move the ball, plenty of technical plays since they found the hole. When they maybe play into Osimhen channel on the other side, Inter are more direct. You see, they are under pressure, they go long with using Lukaku physicality. And now an interesting situation on the set piece. We know this kind of game, how crucial they can be.
Zielinski and Politano stood over it. Politano sends in the corner. Comfortable claim for Onana, who didn't exactly have a World Cup to savour. He was sent home in disgrace from Cameroon after their first match. Fell out with the head coach Rigobert Song. Çalhanoğlu. Barella, well brought down by Darmian. Lukaku didn't realise that was destined for Dzeko. Certainly couldn't get out of the way in time. Lobotka. Kvaratskhelia, who's been quiet, and Skriniar swept his standing leg from underneath him, and Spalletti unhappy with the treatment that the winger is getting here.
Yeah, of course, I can see Spalletti point of view, but here, as a defender, you make sure that your opposite strike main threat is aware of you. First 10 minutes, make sure that the Kvaratskhelia knows that Skriniar is there, so being aggressive, physical, and try to terrorize him, because he knows it's the main danger for Inter tonight is Kvaratskhelia.
He's not only the main danger for Inter, he's also Spalletti's muse. He spoke in glowing terms about him in his press conference yesterday. Said that Kvaratskhelia doesn't need managing, doesn't require any specific instructions. Give him the ball, to his feet, let him beat opponents and produce match-winning moments. Napoli will be hoping that that's the case. They still recorded maximum points in his absence. That trio of fixtures against Atalanta, Empoli and Udinese, but with the greatest of respect to those three sides, Inter are on another level. The Nerazzurri have won it back. Mkhitaryan. Barella beaten to it by Oliveira. Now it's on Bonghisa. Napoli striding forward in transition. Kvaratskhelia. And still, we've seen this before. Kvaratskhelia. Zielinski. Looking for space. There's not much of that around. Di Lorenzo's cross, too high for Osimhen, but that's the sort of service he requires.
Yeah, that was the first time that Napoli found the space to attack the back five. Inter, obviously, a slack pass by Mkhitaryan. So a counter-attack by Inter. Now somebody's having some problems. I think Politano with that challenge with Mkhitaryan. Then chance for Napoli, but look here, I think this kind of blocking between these two players. Then a sloppy pass by Mkhitaryan because he was in an interesting position.
Would that have been brought back and Inter scored? That's the question. Was that obstruction by Çalhanoğlu on Politano? He certainly felt so. Quarter of an hour of very entertaining football. It was always likely to be the case between these two. Simone Inzaghi and Luciano Spalletti famed for their attacking approaches. Barella. Di Marco wanted it on the far side. Instead it's Darmian. Now Lukaku trying to make it stick. Bonghisa, Kvaratskhelia. Well cut out by Barella, who always wears his heart on his sleeve. If you want to know what Barella's thinking, just keep an eye on his body language.
Yes, well, look, Inter loses the ball. Look, Çalhanoğlu, go and press the first man, then the second, and Barella covers him here. Piece of skill by Bonghisa. Inter, if they switch immediately the play, they can find on one side Di Marco, on the other side Darmian. So obviously the defenders, when you play against Lukaku and Dzeko, has to be tight. Di Lorenzo has on one side, Oliveira has to have them center backs because Lukaku and Dzeko are very, very handful. So Inter can find the full backs.
Napoli have been in a similar position before to the one they find themselves in tonight. They went 12 matches unbeaten at the start of last season. Kim tried to release Kvaratskhelia. Onana came out to help out Skriniar. Napoli unbeaten in a dozen matches. They were 7 points clear of Inter coming in here. Took the lead through Zielinski, eventually lost 3-2. That was the first of 8 straight victories for the Nerazzurri. Simone Inzaghi will be hoping for a similar outcome tonight. Barella with the flair. Çalhanoğlu tripped by Zielinski.
Yes, Inter is taking a bit of risk from the back. Then Onana produced not the best pass, but there Barella solves any problems there. Play into Çalhanoğlu ball, get fouled by Napoli player. Look here, piece of skill. And here we see Defrail having a light warm-up here.
Marco Materazzi watching on, former Inter player, former World Cup winner. To now have one of those in their ranks with Lautaro Martinez. They kept up their curious sequence of having at least one player in Nerazzurri colours in the World Cup final, every edition since 1982. But what a season Nicolò Barella is having. 6 goals in all competitions, 5 of them in Serie A. Him and Di Marco arguably the two standout performers.
Yeah, completely agree. I think Inter struggling a bit. You mentioned 5 losses in this season. They are much. If you want to compete, to challenge for the Scudetto, 5 losses at the end of the season are many losses. We mentioned they don't have to lose any more game if they want to be back.
5 losses, but at least they haven't drawn a game. Inter 10 wins to go along with those 5 defeats, but 4 of them have come against direct rivals, beaten by Lazio, Milan, Roma and Juventus. It is time for them to beat one of the sides in last season's top 7. They did triumph in Bergamo, but Atalanta came 8th last term. Politano running at Di Marco. Zombongisa. I mentioned Barella and Di Marco, but Napoli have almost half a dozen players you could identify as their stars so far this season. Osimhen and Kim. Kvaratskhelia, of course. Zielinski and Lobotka have been good. Politano's ball in. Osimhen was waiting. Very calmly done by Bastoni, at least initially. Free header for Rahmani. Zielinski with time to bring it down and turn. Napoli always looking for Kvaratskhelia. Kvaratskhelia tried to square it for Zielinski, well read by Mkhitaryan, and Kim had to hurry.
Yeah, great job on one side by Barella, who doubled up immediately Darmian against Kvaratskhelia, and here, great job by Kim, who shows a bit of pace as well, not take any risk, ball back to your goalkeeper.
Lobotka. Oliveira coming in field, so Kvaratskhelia can stay wide. Zombongisa. Zielinski couldn't latch onto it. Lobotka's initial pass just got a touch off Nerazzurri's shirt. That's why it didn't quite go according to plan. Napoli keep possession. The game has just settled down a bit after what was a frenetic opening. Neither side able to get an early goal. So now they retreat. Politano spotted Di Lorenzo's forward run. Instead it's Zombongisa. Was he caught by Bastoni? The assistant was close, and close enough to say no foul, as Stephen Chang, as ever, doesn't give too much away, the Inter-President.
I think it's the line that the referee chooses from the start of this game. So I agree. Leave the game going. The tempo is high. Let them play. So after a couple of minutes, if you're playing, you feel you know that the referee is choosing this kind of meter of refereeing. So just stay on and play on. That's better for the entertainment of the game.
Nice bit of sportsmanship there between international colleagues. Onana putting the ball into touch so that Andre Franck Zombongisa, fellow Cameroonian, could get some treatment. Onana very comfortable with the ball at his feet. This time he looks for Lukaku, but can't find him. Dombele there. Could be an option for the second half. You can be sure Inter will have one eye on unleashing Lautaro Martinez at some stage. He scored 4 goals in Serie A against Napoli. Meret taking his time. It's a brilliant ball for Politano. Now Osimhen, this is where he can hurt Inter. He's got there ahead of Acerbi. Kvaratskhelia in the middle. Osimhen. That's a corner.
Yes, you got it right. If Inter wants to be aggressive, they leave their centre-back 3 against 3. And if Bastoni is with the Politano, Skriniar is with Kvaratskhelia, look here. You leave Osimhen against Acerbi, plenty of space to attack. Acerbi will have torrid times, and that's exactly what happened here with Osimhen wide winning a corner kick.
Previous corner wasn't the best. Zielinski takes it. Osimhen just couldn't connect, but that was half a chance for Napoli. Now Inter in transition. Hakan Çalhanoğlu. Kvaratskhelia there to cut out the pass, which was intended for Barella. Zombongisa. Now Zielinski it would have been, had Dzeko not tracked back. Wonderful work from the 36-year-old, who has featured in every single one of Inter's games this season. It is an astonishing record. Bastoni. Çalhanoğlu to find pass. Barella. Dzeko, Darmian. Kim stayed on his feet, watched the ball. no less up in tempo. Both of these sides comfortable playing Champions League football, and they're producing that sort of intensity tonight in Serie A. Kvaratskhelia into first to the loose ball. Çalhanoğlu.
You know, Pat, how much Barella loves to go wide. They are on the right channel. They like combine this almost perfectly in between Darmian, Dzeko, and Çalhanoğlu. There, Hakim reads the situation again very well. He blocked. Barella moves. He's the main man because he's a center mid, yes. But he loves to run into the channel and in between that position, between the center back and the full back, opposite full back. And so often Inter finds him from that position. He can provide assists, he can score. He's been the difference in the last couple of years for Inter.
Lukaku comes short. Now it's Darmian. Barella. The most impressive thing about Inter's approach thus far is that we've barely seen anything of Zielinski as an attacking force, nor Zombonguissa. Napoli's midfield, arguably the best in Serie A so far. They've been kept quiet. Skriniar striding out of defence and releasing Lukaku. Lukaku now. Here's Edin Dzeko. Darmian had to hit the target, had to score.
Everything almost perfect. The ball from Skriniar who drives forward. Look, perfect ball. As a proper center mid, great movement by Lukaku. He spotted Dzeko, too late to go for there. Look, this kind of setup for Darmian. That's incredible. From number 10, Dzeko, and there Darmian cannot find the net there, but what a play from Inter, incredible.
It's a fierce challenge coming in, and it's the first yellow card of the game. Edin Dzeko has his name taken moments after he nearly set up the opening goal. I'm going to put you on the spot here, Manuel. If Dumfries plays, does he score that chance?
Good question, Patrick. It's not easy. From here, looks everything easier. But what about the Dzeko touch? Because the ball is not easy because he's running behind. He spotted Darmian runs there. Look with the first touch. This play deserves goal. Look, everyone is desperate. Skriniar, Çalhanoğlu with their hands into their head. Incredible play by Inter. And Napoli, a bit of luck to be 0-0 after almost 30 minutes.
As you said, it looks easy from here, but the most frustrating thing is that Darmian didn't even hit the target. At least forced the goalkeeper into a save. From that distance, Meret would have really been struggling. But who knows if it is indeed Napoli's year. They might look back on that as a turning point. Simone Inzaghi felt that Kvaratskhelia caught Skriniar there. What a battle that is.
Yes, incredible. And what you know that Kvaratskhelia is the kind of player that maybe cares about the physical contact, and Skriniar knows exactly. I think here he's acting a bit because he knows that Dzeko is just being booked on the other side, so maybe he's looking for a yellow card for the Georgian. But the Inter plays there for Darmian. Chance was outstanding.
Di Marco. Inter will be encouraged. They felt that they could break down Napoli. They've now got tangible evidence that they can do exactly that. It's whether they can take their chance. Napoli not irresistible defensively. Conceded 2 against Bologna, 2 against Verona. 2 against Udinese as well.
You know, Paul, when you play man against man, you try to be aggressive. If a centre back drives the ball forward, it's hard for the strikers to run, to follow him. So he created an extra man. That ball from Skriniar was incredible as well. I like a proper centre mid.
Kvaratskhelia. Lobotka. Rahmani. Napoli now trying to threaten themselves. Zielinski. Politano, half a yard to deliver. Corner off Di Marco. And the last time they had one of these, Osimhen went close.
Yes, I think it's the third one from the right side. They will try to play an out swinger. You can see Osimhen, Kim, and Rahmani working together. And maybe now they will opt for the left foot there in the swinger.
Politano doesn't beat the first man. Barella nearly lost his footing. It's allowed Kvaratskhelia the edge to get there first. Kvaratskhelia dispossessed by Barella. They'll have studied plenty of film of creature Kvaratskhelia, you can be sure of that. There's Eduardo De Laurentiis, his father. Aurelio's not here tonight because of superstition, believe it or not. Zombonguisa, now Oliveira, and here's Zielinski, around about the same position from where he scored in this fixture last season.
You would have bet everything you got on Zielinski shooting from inside the box and hitting at least the target. Great job here by Zombonguisa. Look, this clever ball with a meg for Zielinski. This is a chance because we know how good and how dangerous can be Zielinski from that distance.
Barella with the sombrero, but Zielinski helped out Zombonguisa. No foul on Barella. Kvaratskhelia driving at Skriniar. Still Kvaratskhelia. Simone Inzaghi asking Napoli to put the ball out, and Zombonguisa obliges. Concern for Barella.
Yes, Inter did it earlier, and Napoli now did the same. Not sure if there was anything on Barella there after his sombrero. Maybe he twisted his ankle after his jump. I agree with the referee again. I think he's having a good game so far.
Barella back to his feet, just landed awkwardly on the ankle. He'll hope to run it off. Quarter of an hour separates us from the interval. Çalhanoğlu gives the ball back, but not quite in the same position from where Napoli had it.
I think Spalletti is not happy with that.
And he has a case too. Oliveira. Kvaratskhelia. Darmian won the challenge. Oliveira tripped Darmian. Barella with the advantage. Awkward one for Lukaku to control. And Kim has kept close tabs on him so far.
Yeah, good job by Darmian on Kvaratskhelia there. He needed the ball into Lukaku, too high for him. It's not easy to control the ball with your head, especially if it's a strong, firm pass.
Kim Min-jae. Kvaratskhelia. There was Darmian again. Kvaratskhelia will try again. He's not had much success. Skriniar telling him to get to his feet. Barella. Kvaratskhelia's won it back. And now Osimhen. Kvaratskhelia was caught. The referee does blow for offside.
Yes, it's an offside position, but I think it's clearly foul on Kvaratskhelia here by Barella. I don't know. The fourth official even just closer in that position. This is foul, and I tell you, it can be easily a yellow card as well.
Well, even if he gives the offside decision, he could still book Barella there, which might have been the fairest option. That was the challenge from Oliveira prior to that. So far, Inter have won that particular individual battle against Kvaratskhelia, whether it's Skriniar or indeed Darmian, but he won't be discouraged. Every time he gets the ball, he'll take them on. He knows he only has to get joy on one occasion. Çalhanoğlu, Darmian, Lukaku looking rusty.
Yeah, not the perfect control, but yes, I think part of the key is that just 30 minutes has been played, so Inter players are one close to each other, so they can double up Kvaratskhelia easily with maybe Skriniar, Darmian plus Barella on the side. The problem is when the game is getting on, the distance will stretch, Kvaratskhelia will find the position, the chance to go one against one, and there it'll make maybe the difference.
Lobotka. A cagier affair than it was last season when we had 5 goals Inter coming back from 1-0 down to lead 3-1 and then nearly let it slip right at the end. They held on to win 3-2, but Mario Rui could have equalised the dying embers of that match. Oliveira. Kim Min-jae, it's a good ball. Kvaratskhelia, Skriniar drops off. Kvaratskhelia, perhaps overplaying. Napoli still have it though with Zielinski. Politano. Zielinski can hit them with his left. Instead it's Kim Min-jae. Lovely switch for Di Lorenzo. Now the cross comes in from Zombong-Gisa. Skriniar met it. Lukaku this time made it stick. Barella. Away from Oliveira, who pulled his shirt.
Yeah, good football again by Napoli. Great ball in, but Skriniar is not missing any tackles there. It's been perfect so far in the first 35 minutes. Aggressive on Kvaratskhelia, commanding his area with his physical presence. Again, I think Inter are not happy with the referee who's booked Dzeko for one single foul, and they were asking the yellow card for Oliveira in this occasion as well.
Wasn't Oliveira's first offence either. Dzeko's giving it away to Politano. Di Lorenzo. Zombong-Gisa. Lobotka. Napoli comfortable in tight areas. Love to build out from the back. Spalletti promised that their style of play would not change in the face of stern opposition. Inter already passed numerous tests so far this season, beating Roma and Lazio and Milan, plus Atalanta. Yet to play Juventus. That game's coming up on Friday the 13th, unlucky for some. Not that they're superstitious in Naples, either way it's 17 in Italy, so... Oliveira. Piotr Zielinski. Time and space again for Di Lorenzo. Increasingly bold, getting forward. Politano. Di Lorenzo's cross. Seaman was rising. Skriniar stayed with him. It's come off the head of Zombong-Gisa. Hurriedly cleared by Darmian. Dzeko now for Barella. If he can keep Lobotka at bay, he can. But there was Kim doubling up.
And this tells you a lot about Kim, because he sees the situation. He leaves his striker because he knows that here Barella doesn't have any room to play with.
Dzeko holding it up and very nearly releasing Darmian once again with that inside ball. And whether it's Dumfries or Darmian, Inter still play aggressively with the wing-backs.
Yes, of course. I think both defenses been perfect, almost perfect this first half. Maybe Napoli gave a chance away. It could cost them the goal, the glorious chance by Darmian. Inter at the back as well. It's been perfect so far.
Given away by Zombong-Gisa. Barella, time and space for Mkhitaryan. And this is Di Marco. It is a corner for Inter. And they can threaten from situations such as these.
Yeah, I think Napoli tried to play this hard ball into Zielinski. Inter won it back, produced a kind of counter. I think Mkhitaryan's last pass was just behind Di Marco, a bit behind. And now they've got a chance from set piece.
A big chance too, if they can get the delivery right. Bent in by Çalhanoğlu. Or Seaman back defending. So useful in both penalty areas. Inter have a couple of players who are due a goal. Bastoni and Skriniar, who both last found the net in Serie A in January, that win over Lazio on this ground. Skriniar, searching ball for Di Marco. but he won't catch it.
Yes, too long. You mentioned the Osimhen job, both area. Is so good for a manager having this kind of striker. Is very lethal in one area, but always more useful in your area, especially in set piece situation against a team that is so dangerous. This kind of situation.
Needless to say, both teams have plenty of players who can change the game off the bench. Napoli have the likes of Raspadori and Simeone. Raspadori has scored several goals on this ground. Simeone recently got the winner here against Milan this season. And Inter can turn not only to Joaquin Correa, who missed the World Cup with injury. You have to feel for him, but Lautaro Martinez, who came home with a winner's medal. Barella, it's a lovely flick, and now it's Lukaku! Just over the top. The mismatch with Lobotka. He's claiming a corner, but Inter could feasibly be 2 goals to the good.
Yeah, but let's talk about Barella last pass here, or a proper Ronaldinho touch. I think Meret had a light touch. Lukaku idea is maybe to try to score on the back post area. Maybe there was here Ventola. Not happy, but there. It's all coming from Inter being aggressive because Bastoni leaves Lukaku.
They've charged it down for Dzeko. That came off Rahmani. Inter pressing really aggressively into good effect. Dzeko. Di Marco's turned. Bastoni. Now it's Dzeko again. And Barella with time to steady himself. Di Marco onside. And Meret with a fabulous save. The flag goes up. Meret wouldn't have known.
Yeah, but now the chances for Inter are mounting there. Barella there. Look, he's blocked by, I think, was onside because Kim is playing him on. And obviously, this is another incredible chance for Inter, who's wasting so many chances now.
We'll see at the halftime interval when we go back through the highlights just how many opportunities Inter have had. But Di Marco's missed a couple. Darmian has spurred one. Lukaku too. And there haven't been many saves that Meret has had to make. That was the first one. But he's been called into action for. Onana, meantime, has been a spectator. And yet the scoreline remains Inter 0, Napoli 0. And you can be sure that if Spalletti gets in with his scoreline intact at half-time, we'll be trying to put a positive spin on it and say, yes, they've had chances, but they haven't scored. Now let's go and make them pay. Di Lorenzo. 3 minutes plus added time until the break. Lobotka. Napoli taking their time, getting a breather in via this concerted spell of possession. Stanislav Lobotka. Politano, who's been on the periphery. Wouldn't be surprised if Lozano came on in the second half. Politano struggling to make an impact. Then again, the same can be said of Kvicha Kvaratskhelia. We haven't been able to say that too many times this season. Meret has to go long. Won easily by Acerbi. Mkhitaryan. Barella will look for Di Marco instead. There's Dzeko. And it wasn't overhit by much.
Great move by Dzeko again. And almost you needed there an inches perfect ball because there wasn't any big room between the back four, Napoli back four, and Meret.
Oliveira. Zielinski. Inch perfect for Politano. Napoli crowding the box. Politano. Zielinski. Di Lorenzo. Zielinski. Here's Zielinski again. Now Politano, he's not been picked up. Di Lorenzo, in it comes, and Zombongisa very nearly steered it into the corner.
That's proper Napoli football here. Go side to side. That's an incredible ball in. I think Pastoni is using his body to try to go and leave Zombongisa behind him, and then he stretch and almost score from a tight angle. But this is Napoli. They wait, the perfect moment. They find a small challenge, they go and they hit the target. Inter needs to be careful because it looked like they've been in control of the game, they've been the most dangerous side, but then Napoli has first for a reason.
We're into added time at the Meazza. It's been a fabulous first half, no added time, but 45 minutes of wonderful action. Inter will be wondering how on earth they don't have the lead at the break. Chances are plenty, but no way past Meret. They'll need to score in the second half, you feel, if they do harbour hopes of winning the title. Half-time score at the Meazza, Inter 0, Napoli 0.
Serie A B8 was brought to you by Lega Serie A and B8.
Discover the hidden treasures of Syria. Precious stars.
It is a monumental.
Listening skills.
Perfect.
Yes, this was the match we're all waiting for, the match we've had circled in our calendars for 52 days. The game that Luciano Spalletti said that everyone knew would be a big match as and when the fixture list was published. But despite numerous chances for Inter in particular, we haven't yet seen an effort on target. Notwithstanding Di Marco's shot, which was saved by Meret. The flag went up for offside there. Inter need to win. Simone Inzaghi conceded as much yesterday when he addressed the media. Napoli wouldn't mind a draw. It would still keep them 6 points clear of Milan at the summit, but they've got the Rossoneri and Juventus breathing down their necks. Inter could join that chasing pack with victory here. They need to sharpen up in front of goal if they're to make that happen. Jesus, one of those, warming up. Could we see a Napoli change in the early portion of this second half? So far, Kim and Rahmani have dealt admirably. Which way is it going to go? We're back underway at the Meazza.
We see if there will be same as the first half, Inter creating more chances and Napoli wait with possession to create the only chance maybe to score and win this crucial game.
Oliveira. Kvaratskhelia for the first time in this second half. Starting to come in field. He's not had much luck hugging the touchline. Kvaratskhelia. Di Lorenzo. Politano. Kvaratskhelia shows for it short. It's found Politano. Politano's ball in. Osimhen lost his footing. Lukaku with something on it. Brilliant feed there from Mkhitaryan. Now Dzeko, and Lukaku could be in the clear. 1 against 1 with Kim Min-jae. It's behind Barella, who tried to slam on the brakes.
This is a sign of lack of confidence, but because they are Lukaku, the best Lukaku we see in the last couple of years, especially with the first Inter, he goes 1 against 1 with Kim. He goes there, but I think maybe it's not 100% fit, it's not 100% confidence, but there, try the hard pass into Barella, take the defenders on, and go 1 against 1 against him. On the other side, but maybe Spalletti changed something, because we didn't see Kvaratskhelia coming inside so much in the first half. In the first couple of seconds here, he comes in and Zielinski goes far wide on the left. So maybe it's the things that Spalletti suggested to his players.
Well in by Darmian. Barella. Now Skriniar. Ambitious ball for Darmian. Still finds a cross. Lukaku unable to control as he would have liked. That's a foul by Çalhanoğlu. You're absolutely right, Manuel. That reminded me of the position from which Lukaku terrorised Milan in the title-winning season, the 3-0 game, when he drove at that Milan defence heading towards the Curva Nord and slotted it into the corner from outside the box.
Yes, I remember perfect against Romagnoli, I think, if I'm not wrong. Then a couple of times a goal against Lazio with the running with Parolo. I think he's not confidence, obviously, the first couple of misses, and not the best World Cup he had his stick in his mind.
It's in towards Lukaku, trying to get away from Kim. Lukaku settles for the corner. So far, Kim has dealt well with the Belgian, but he only requires a moment. It is a game for big players. And it could be a match settled by one decisive incident. Çalhanoğlu with the corner. Really good header there from the captain, Di Lorenzo. That's going to be a yellow card, perhaps, for Çalhanoğlu. Certainly Napoli will ask the question. Di Lorenzo requires some treatment after that brave near-post header to clear.
Yes, because the delivery from Çalhanoğlu was so powerful. You can see the way he strikes the ball is outstanding. Yeah, I agree with you. Maybe there is a chance for a yellow card.
And Napoli will be aware that Çalhanoğlu can score from corners directly. He did it against Roma last season. And that was bending in very venomously. Seemed to catch Di Lorenzo on the bridge of the nose rather than the forehead. Small margins, but at that pace, very painful difference. Simone Inzaghi has drawn some criticism this season, and particularly last term as well, for how he manages his substitutes and how he tries to impact the game. Spalletti has got most things right this season, particularly with the likes of Raspadori and Simeone, who can come on and make an impact. But Napoli still being boxed in by Inter's wonderful energy levels. Oliveira. No foul on Kvaratskhelia. Darmian. Skriniar. This is Barella. Çalhanoğlu's ball in. There was Kim again. His positioning has been spot on tonight. Lobotka. Osimhen now trying to pin Acerbi. Once again, the referee doesn't blow. Acerbi. Mkhitaryan. Çalhanoğlu urged to shoot. Instead, it's Di Marco's ball in. Dzeko. Di Marco. Last touch was off Rahmani. Acerbi's unhappy because he had a chance there, Manuel.
Yes, I think because Di Marco spotted perfectly his movements, and Acerbi was waiting. Probably he called the ball for Dzeko, but there, obviously, the atmosphere is incredible. You cannot hear anything.
Napoli tried to weather the storm. Di Marco with the set piece, doesn't beat the first man. Politano's run back into trouble. Too high for Osimhen. Çalhanoğlu. Miscued by Bastoni. This is Zielinski. Risky ball from Lobotka, but Napoli know only one way of playing. Politano around the corner. Zombogisa, brilliant work to build out from the back. Zielinski, and now a chance to work the overload with Kvaratskhelia. Still Kvaratskhelia with the trickery. Oliveira's cross. Osimhen is there, and so too was Onana. Well done, Çalhanoğlu, defensively.
Yeah, as soon as the ball went into the Kvaratskhelia feet, I've seen spotted on the back post area. Çalhanoğlu is a mismatch. Çalhanoğlu against Osimhen, but at the end, the Turkish did very, very well. But if there was more dangerous ball in, there was seriously danger for Inter on the back post area with Osimhen physical attributes against Çalhanoğlu. But luckily for Inter, not enough pace from that ball.
Rather timid cross from Matias Oliveira. And Mario Rui, that really is at the forefront of his skill set, the ability to whip in crosses, teeing up the likes of Simeone in Cremona. Simeone on this ground is frequently fed Osimhen too. Yet Oliveira preferred to the Portuguese tonight. Acerbi, once again getting the nod over Stefan de Vrij. De Vrij didn't have a brilliant game, it must be said, against Atalanta. Skriniar, Mkhitaryan. Zielinski cut out the service to Darmian.
It's interesting to see, Paul, when Inter is building from the back. Acerbi position, especially when Onana's got the ball, is not in a centre-back position, but it's more like a centre-mid, like a playmaker, like in this situation.
Oliveira with a foot on the ball. Napoli have gone so close in the last decade. 4 times they've been runners-up. Spalletti 4 times in his career, all of them with Roma. Has come second in Serie A. He's never won the Scudetto. Napoli's last triumph came in 1990, 33 years ago. Spalletti has said that it's the fans and the media's obsession in Naples. They're constantly asking the team to win the league title. Spalletti says he doesn't share that obsession. If anything, he's obsessed with the idea of the city exploding with joy. Frenzied delight at finally ending that long wait for the domestic title. You do feel if Napoli can come away unbeaten tonight, they'll feel it's another stern examination negotiated. Should they lose, and there might be some self-doubt. We saw that last season. Lost to Inter in round 13, then were defeated 3 times in December. Atalanta, Spezia and Empoli all at the Maradona. When they took 1 point from 9 either side of Easter. One back by Di Marco. Dzeko. This is Barella joining in, trying to feed it through for Di Marco. Nice idea, didn't come off. Acerbi wins the header. Inter first to every ball.
Yeah, I think it was a nice idea for Barella, but I think there was enough room for the Inter striker to shoot with his left. Yeah, Acerbi again. Same problem as Di Lorenzo. Oh, not sure if there is. And here, the chance look, and also Çalhanoğlu did very well because Osimhen spotted that Çalhanoğlu couldn't reach the ball there, so he chested down, ready to shot, but Çalhanoğlu quickly, his strength in his legs, react like a proper defender.
But as you correctly said earlier, Manuel, had there been more pace on the ball from Oliveira, Osimhen would have surely just been able to meet it with his head, and that would have been very one-sided, that 1v1 in the air, Çalhanoğlu against Osimhen. Mkhitaryan, that's a glorious ball. Di Marco now picking his head up. Di Marco's cross, Dzeko! Breakthrough Inter. The veteran keeps on scoring, and on the balance of play, that is richly deserved. The league leaders trail at the Meazza, and it is the timeless Edin Dzeko on the end of it.
But telling you, the delivery is perfect. Connection is perfect. But look what Mkhitaryan is doing. From a throw-in on the right side, it goes with his body, uses his experience, and picked this ball. Look here. Shadow the ball for Anguissa, and there. Off volleyball with his left foot there. Sweet from Di Marco. This boy doesn't surprise us anymore. The ball is perfect. Rahmani maybe is covering the first area. He loses Dzeko because he makes a run to attack the front post, attract the defenders, then goes in the middle. Perfect ball. 1-0 Inter, and is fully deserved.
The 10th goal of the season in all competitions for Dzeko. 7 of them have come in Serie A. He is their top scorer. He'll turn 37 in March. There's still no clarity about his future, but he ended the calendar year of 2022 in wonderful form, and he continues in that vein here, scoring against Bologna, finding the net with a double at Atalanta, and now the all-important opener against Napoli. What a player, and what a signing he's proven to be for Inter.
Incredible, because he does everything. He's one of the most elegant and technical strikers around Europe at the moment.
Napoli looking to respond. Politano shown inside. That's a good ball too. It was Oliveira closing in. That's a foul by Mkhitaryan. Napoli have a free kick. But after knocking on the door so many times in the first 45 minutes, you felt the goal was coming, and it duly came.
Yes, but everything needed to be perfect, because the ball from Mkhitaryan is out of this world with the outside of his left foot. Then they need another perfect ball from Di Marco, sweet left foot. And you need to show small kids that wanted to play as a striker, Dzeko movement, because he attacks the front post, attracts the defenders in that zone, and then he goes with his counter movement into the center. A great connection, but that ball was just a chocolate for him from Di Marco.
Napoli have frequently come from behind this season. Can they do it again? Zielinski with the ball in. Rahmani's header trying to atone at the other end after losing Dzeko in his own penalty area.
Yes, you need him everywhere, but look, the ball from Di Marco is perfect, sweet. You just need to put your head there. Perfect. No chance for Meret. Even if you touch the ball there, it's a bullet header. You cannot save this. But it's all credit to Di Marco. Again, you mentioned the first half, Di Marco plus Barella being outstanding. And they're showing it again in this game.
The rather surprising statistic is that prior to that game against Atalanta, when Di Marco teed up Dzeko, he didn't actually have a league assist. Put that right in Bergamo, and he's once again teased it onto the head of Dzeko there. Such good service. Dzeko just had to steer it on target. Did exactly what Darmian failed to do in the first half, and Lukaku too. Nearly an hour played at the Meazza. Inter doing the entire league a favour, helping out the neutrals too. No one wanted a procession when it came to the title race. No one expected that either, despite Napoli's blistering form. A reminder, if this result holds, Milan will be just 5 points off the summit. Juve lie in wait too. Plus Inter would force their way back into the reckoning. Such has been their performance. They'd be 8 adrift, 1 back from Juventus. The crowd now trying to do their bit. Lobotka. Oliveira. Couldn't find a white shirt. Inter can counter. Dzeko. Right idea. Couldn't feed Lukaku. Now Napoli will take more and more chances going forward. Inter could yet pick them off on the counter. Kvaratskhelia has been quiet. Lobotka. Kvaratskhelia swiveling away. Still Kvaratskhelia. He's gone for goal and struck the side netting.
And I think it's the first time after 60 minutes he finds a bit of room, space in the box. Track 3 players and try to find the net. Look in the middle of the area. How many Napoli players are just free? Because obviously Kvaratskhelia, when he's got the ball, attract a couple of defenders, so frees room there. But Inter doesn't have to make the mistake to sit back, because yes, they've got pace with Lukaku, but Napoli will try to find room, and as soon as they find Kvaratskhelia in that position, they can be let up.
That's a mistake. Dzeko nearly got there. Rahmani was caught. Napoli suddenly appearing a little bit flimsy defensively. A touch panicked. And for all the talk of Lula, Lukaku and Lautaro, it's Edin Dzeko who continues to score and dazzle. Oliveira breaking forward from full-back. He's found Sombonguisa, and now there's a chance for Di Lorenzo, who was caught in two minds. Was it a shot? Was it a cross?
But I'm telling you, I don't know if Osimhen, I don't think is you have to take a risk, you have to gamble and attack that kind of area. Look at this sweet ball, but look, Dzeko just wins the couple of headers. And on that side, obviously, Kim is with Lukaku, you can see him. So Rahmani is with his man, he has to stay and feel the physical contact with Dzeko. And now, probably, the big Belgian will come off, and Gosens as well.
The double change coming for Simone Inzaghi and Inter. Lautaro Martinez set to get a great ovation after returning from Argentina's glorious World Cup win in Qatar. That pulsating match against France eventually settled on a penalty shootout, despite having led 2-0. Cleared away by Meret. Osimhen's touch wasn't the best. Zielinski's interested. Acerbi on his toes. That's wild from Onana, but miscued by Oliveira. Darmian. Oliveira that back to win the ball. Now it should be time for the interchange. It's not only Lautaro Martinez who's set to come on for Romelu Lukaku. 63 minutes under his belt tonight, no goal, but just a few signs. He is nearly back to his best. Won't be at the top of his game until he gets on the score sheet. And Di Marco for Gosens is the other switch.
Yeah, striker for striker and wing back for wing back. Obviously, Lukaku is not maybe his best. Now Lautaro wants obviously to do more. Much better. He said he didn't have the best World Cup, but he won it. The ovation he's got. But there, you obviously, if you are Simone Inzaghi, you won't take Dzeko off unless he asks for it. Maybe we'll see later on. Maybe Correa will find room for him. And now Lautaro will be desperate now that Inter has gotten the chance to go and counter-attack Napoli, uses his power.
We all wondered what would occur when the league season returned. Raspadori and Lozano about to be thrown into the mix by Spalletti. Has to make attacking changes. Napoli have to chase the game now. Raspadori getting some final instructions. Politano, the former Inter player, and Zielinski, the men withdrawn.
Yes, Spalletti will change something, so probably we'll go in a kind of 4-2-3-1. We see if Raspadori will play behind Osimhen, probably. So more attacking threats for Spalletti, plus Lozano. He's got more legs compared to Politano.
There were question marks. How would Napoli respond? 13 wins and 2 draws from their first 15 matches. Unbeaten. Their only loss came at Liverpool when they'd essentially already topped the group in the Champions League. And yet nearly 2 months away, they've come back and Inter have been superior throughout the match, not just in terms of the scoreline. Route 1 from Rahmani. Acerbi has kept Osimhen very quiet. Good team selection from Inzaghi. Mkhitaryan. Gosens on the stretch. And there's just something about Simone Inzaghi when he has to win matches. More often than not, he does. Great record in finals. 3 times he's won the Super Cup, twice he's won the Coppa Italia. And this was likened to a cup final this evening. It was do or die for Inter. And as things stand, they are doing, and how.
Yeah, they are doing so well. They created enough chances to be 1-0 up, especially in the first half. They missed a couple of glorious chances with Lukaku, with Darmian. The one maybe that DiMarco was onside, played on by Kim. In the second half, they create one and scored one.
Mkhitaryan. This time it's Gosens on this near side. Trying to beat Di Lorenzo for pace. That's a corner.
And Pat is coming exactly from the same situation when Inter scored, because Mkhitaryan is waiting, receiving the ball from a throw-in situation. Obviously, Di Lorenzo had to be tight with his centre back because he plays against 2 strikers. And they find this switch of play not for DiMarco, it's for the goal, but for Gosens, and they win the corner in the swinger by Çalhanoğlu. Maybe they can score. If they score from there, maybe it can be game over.
Could well be. They'll be licking their lips here with Çalhanoğlu's delivery. Çalhanoğlu sends it in. Once again, it was that near post area. And Inter can take their time now. Napoli, the ones that have to try and force an equaliser. Quite the response from Simone Inzaghi. All of the headlines in the early portion of the season were that Inter couldn't win these 6-pointers. Outclassed by Lazio, beaten by Milan, shocked in Udine. Defeated here by Roma. And then most recently, slain by Juventus. But Onana hasn't had a single shot to save from the league leaders, and Simone Inzaghi, perhaps quite clever with those comments about Napoli being the best team in Europe. What he was referring to was the fact that Napoli were the only side unbeaten in any of the major domestic leagues after both Benfica and Paris Saint-Germain lost in the early portion of this new year. But it looks like Napoli are going to be joining them in this most unusual season. Still has the capacity to surprise us. Cleared away by Onana, won by Kim. Lautaro Martinez. Gosens. The crowd enjoying this. Çalhanoğlu, Lautaro Martinez, clever turn. Space on the far side for Darmian, who couldn't control. Barella's still there. Barella. And still. Couldn't find a cross, but he has won a corner.
Yes, you mentioned Darmian instead of Dumfries in the first half with a glorious chance. But here, great job by Lautaro. He's so good when he's trying to receive the ball. He turns, you cannot steal the ball from him because he's got such power in his legs. He spotted Darmian there. I think he could have gone for the first touch finish. Tried to control the ball, not the perfect first touch. Inter are playing so well, especially when they switch play to their wing back.
Is the second goal coming? Çalhanoğlu with the ball in. Dzeko's header. He wanted a corner, it's just a goal kick.
Yes, an outswinger solution now. Not for, like in this time, Çalhanoğlu goes for 8 because he knows he's got plenty of bodies on the back post area. Using and trying to use their physical ability in this kind of situation. But luckily for the Inter, the ball went wide from Dzeko header.
Change of contact lenses there for Giovanni Di Lorenzo from the looks of things. If you ever see him in civvies, he does wear glasses. And he's not playing right back for Napoli, who are temporarily down to 10 men. Bastoni wins the header. Barella. Rahmani poking it forward, but Napoli have been short on ideas. And whilst Osimhen is the league's top scorer, is there an argument to throw on Simeone in his place?
We will see now. Maybe I think Spalletti will change something soon. There's 20 minutes to go.
Skriniar, gorgeous switch for Gozens. He'll get the return here from Dzeko. Gozens. Lautaro wasn't making that run, indicating he wanted the ball to feed. Robin Gozens, despite having now been at Inter for a year, is not quite on the same page as his teammates.
Yeah, but I think he spotted the first Lukaku movement, Lautaro movement here. And I think it was not a bad ball, but obviously Lautaro did the opposite movement, and the Gosen didn't spot it. And so the ball went this back post area where nobody was there. But Inter are finding a bit of joy since the first minutes with this big switch of play. This it happens when you play with two strikers and the wing back.
Inter continue to press, making the most of the fact they've got 5 substitutes available. Dzeko looking very sharp. He'll be 37 on St. Patrick's Day, the 17th of March. And there'll be plenty of interest in him if Inter don't manage to secure his services for another season or two. Simone Inzaghi trusting to the senior management. Beppe Marotta, the CEO for Sport, and Sporting Director Piero Asilio. Osimhen with the switch. Di Lorenzo, it's a nice touch. Lozano is quick and direct, what Napoli need. It is only a 1-goal lead. Were Napoli to equalise, this game would have a hugely different complexion, so too with the title race. Raspadori dawdling in possession. Dzeko, Çalhanoğlu continues to pull the strings in that playmaker role. Mkhitaryan. Barella between the lines once again. Such a dangerous player. Lobotka's done well. Barella took it into touch.
Yeah, always in a good position. Every time receives the ball in the right pocket. Incredible players.
Oliveira, Kvaratskhelia. Lobotka. Oliveira. Kvaratskhelia held up well by Darmian, who's had a very good game defensively. Could have even added a goal too on another night. But he won't mind, provided Inter hold on for the clean sheet and therefore hold firm for the victory. Lobotka. Raspadori with another loose piece of control. Inter on the move with Lautaro Martinez. Dzeko never likely to beat Rahmani to the loose ball, and in fact, in stretching, we hope that's just cramp rather than something more serious.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, cramps is talking with Kim, I think. And Correa, come on, he's a player that when you got room to attack, he's got this change of gear, change of pace. Obviously, he's tired. It's like it's almost the first match after the summer break. 52 days, you mentioned, first proper competitive game. It's not easy, especially considering he's 37, almost 38. But what a signing he's been.
Dzeko goes off, hoping that a quarter of an hour plus added time from now, he will be the match winner. That's the current state of play. Correa replaces him, and Dumfries will provide energy and a goal threat. Darmian has worked exceedingly hard for 75 minutes.
I think Darmian has been underrated so many times. He does his job. A manager knows he can count on him. And now a couple of changes for Napoli.
Elif Elmas about to be sent into the mix by Spalletti, Sotu, Tongi and Ndombele. Kvaratskhelia with one of his more forgettable appearances in Napoli colours. Elmas will replace him. And Andre Franck Zombonguissa also a little bit off colour tonight. Elmas closed out 2022 well. He scored in Bergamo with Kvaratskhelia injured. He found the net against Udinese too, again with the Georgian on the sidelines. He did score on this ground, the winner against Milan last season, but Napoli have a terrible record here against Inter. 4 straight league defeats. They've won 1 of their last 10 all told in Serie A against Napoli, and that trend seems to be continuing. Gosens, Correa, there's that change of pace. Dumfries has it too. Couldn't quite force it through into the space. Ndombele. Lozano, told to run at Bastoni. Does exactly that. Lozano, he's found a cross. It was an awkward one for Osimhen. Straight up in the air by Bastoni. Lautaro's won a great flick on. Correa came off the chest of Rahmani. Inter don't need to commit too many bodies forward in search of a second. They'll be furious if they get picked off in transition. Elmas. Cleverly done. Oliveira's ball in. Osimhen was stretching. Mkhitaryan. Deceptively quick. Lautaro holding it up well. And now Barella breaking forward. Correa's in support. Barella calmly, intelligently bides his time. Inter now toying with Napoli when they have the ball. Skriniar. Osimhen calling Raspadori to help out with the press. Elmas. Riding a couple of challenges. Ndombele, Raspadori looking for Elmas. Barella's gone to ground, but once again the referee has officiated like that throughout the night. Ndombele, Osimhen, that's a good ball. Raspadori now. Nice idea, just too much on it for Lozano.
And that was a good move by Napoli. Moving the ball 1 touch there. Great layoff from Raspadori, then a good ball there. And a decent ball in for Lozano. Half a chance. I think the Inter defenders are doing pretty great job on Osimhen so far.
Forward by Skriniar. Comfortable for Di Lorenzo. Napoli beginning to look a touch more bold. They need to be aggressive here. Doesn't matter if they lose 1-0 or 3. Short of them improbably finishing level on points with Inter, and even then there wouldn't be head-to-heads this season. It would be a playoff. And now there's a challenge that's gone in from Barella. Napoli have a free kick. Barella disagrees with the call. It's Correa's challenge. And it was from behind.
Yeah, it was from behind. I was trying to see if he got the touch on the ball. A couple of times Inter had the chance to counter quickly, and they missed the last pass with Correa a couple of times. Now Napoli, 10 minutes to go. Things can change. If Napoli will find a way to score, then the game will be completely different game. Everybody will forget about the first 80 minutes. It's all about the last 10.
It ain't over till it's over. Raspadori takes the free kick. Headed away by Gosens. Lozano's won it. This is Osimhen. Di Lorenzo now. Swept away calmly by Bastoni. Spalletti playing ball boy. Ndombele. Di Lorenzo, Raspadori, well watched by Bastoni. Napoli starting to put it together now, a bit late in the day perhaps. But they only have to find one goal. It's up to Inter to resist them. Rahmani. Kim switching the play. Gosens has won the header, and Mkhitaryan keeps it in play. Napoli are short-handed at the back here. Mkhitaryan can't find Barella, it's given away.
The idea was good, obviously. Not the perfect pass. I think there was a chance to play Lautaro on his feet. That was an ambitious ball, but he did it right for the goal.
Inter still playing their triangles to good effect. Gosens, space to move into. It runs here for Lautaro Martinez. Bouncing off Rahmani. Offside, I believe.
Yeah, I think so. This Gosens ball, I think Lautaro went. Perfect move by Kim, by the way. He realized that Lautaro is running offside. He just make this step to play the Argentina striker offside. And now Gagliardini.
Another change to shore things up defensively. Mkhitaryan with that all-important pre-assist, if you will. The ball driven wide to Di Marco, who then found Dzeko. Gagliardini, something of a water carrier, but a player who was a regular at Inter when Spalletti was coach. Since then, he's fallen out of favour. Very much a bit part player, but fairly reliable, at least when it comes to stopping the opposition. Ndombele. It's done really well. Still Ndombele. Cut out by Skriniar. Now Correa comes away with it. Lobotka read it well and was tripped.
Yeah, great hit of the game by reading of the game by Lobotka. He knows that Correa is quicker than him, but he pulls his body in between Correa and the ball and wins a free kick.
Well won by Gosens. Now he's got the pace to trouble Rahmani. Still Robin Gosens. Rahmani was too strong, wanted it more. Barella asking for a free kick, and he might have talked himself into a yellow card here. You can't speak to the officials like that. Barella booked.
No, especially the referee goes mad. They don't accept when you move and you swerve in the air your hands, and that's what Barella did. I think was Inter throw-in from here, but you cannot obviously talk and refer to the referees like the way he did. Look at Zaki, they are almost on the park.
Simone Sozza given no real option there by Barella. It's not often that you see Lobotka taken off by Napoli. That's an indication of how they have struggled today. Simeone on, so it will be a change of shape. And they're going gung-ho here in pursuit of an equaliser. Yellow card coming for the captain, Di Lorenzo.
Yes, they fall won by Barella now. Obviously, Spalletti tries everything. 5 minutes plus at the time. And then he goes for a kind of 4-4-2 with two strikers, two wingers. We see if Lozano on one side, on the other side, maybe we'll play Raspadori or Elmas. Will be plenty of attacking threats now.
The best way to snuff out any of Napoli's remaining hopes would be to score here for Inter. Put the game and the result beyond doubt. Driven in by Çalhanoğlu, Meret will watch it over the top. It's not what we're accustomed to seeing from the Turk.
I think he was trying to hit the back post airways where Dumfries was waiting for.
Napoli will be very direct now with not only Osimhen but Simeone there too. Both very good in the air. Di Lorenzo. Rahmani. Difficult return for him tonight. It's up towards Osimhen. Nearly got in ahead of Onana. Good piece of business that by Inter to bring in Andre Onana.
As a defender, knowing that your keeper is always aware, is always concentrated, is perfect, because you can't keep an eye line, because you know the goalkeeper is playing almost in the sweeper position.
Gosens for Correa. Still there for Correa. Too weak on the ball, well in by Elmas. That's fabulous feet from the Macedonian. And now Napoli can break with Raspadori. Dumfries assaults him, that's a yellow card. But Raspadori could have known that challenge was coming, surely could have moved the ball a bit quicker.
Talking about, yes, I agree completely with you, but Dumfries did perfectly well for Inter. He knows that everybody was attacking, the game was stretched. We were just two pieces, but they are great piece of skill from Elmas.
Kim Min-jae. Napoli running out of time. It's looking like their first league defeat of the season. Lozano couldn't sort his feet out. Simeone can't believe he didn't manage to control that.
Yes, and the seconds here makes the difference. Obviously, Inter will try to play a bit with the clock there, losing a couple of seconds.
Bastoni told to get a move on by the assistant. Correa, it's a clever turn. He was tripped by Kim and it's a yellow card.
Yes, it's incredible that in the first 70, 75 minutes, just Dzeko was booked, and then the last couple of minutes, 3 players were booked by the referee Souza. Here, good skill by Correa, change of direction immediately. Kim had to follow him, and again, a couple of seconds for Inter.
Gosens bounding forward, good ball in, which Kim was able to clear. Forward by Raspadori, now Osimhen and then Simeone. Raspadori with an opportunity perhaps. He's got away from Çalhanoğlu. Surrounded though by black and blue shirts. No foul on Raspadori. Di Lorenzo. There was Barella helping out, and Simone Inzaghi has to take evasive action. A wry smile from Raspadori shows you that he felt he was impeded there. Napoli come again with Kim. Told to drive forward. Still Kim. That's a clever ball. Very nearly into the path of Simeone. It will be a corner.
Yeah, great job by Acerbi there, but Napoli are finding a bit of joy now. Spaces. Great rate of the game here from Acerbi, covering his skipper.
Fourth corner of the night from Raspadori. Now Napoli need good delivery. Raspadori takes it. Flicked on by Kim. Sliced into touch by Çalhanoğlu, not that he'll mind. In fact, Ndombele's kept it in play. Kim told to turn. Could have played it into Oliveira. We're into the final minute of the 90. Inter are so close to doing their title hopes a whole load of good and helping their rivals in the process. Oliveira. Raspadori with the ball in. Simeone couldn't get off the ground. Gosens has headed it straight to Oliveira. This is Lozano. Simeone, and now Raspadori if he can curl it. What a save from Onana. Now it's Ndombele. Raspadori again, standing it up. Bastoni there to hook it clear. The first save Onana has had to make tonight, and it was an all-important stop. Gagliardini trying to find Correa. What a moment there for the Inter keeper.
Yes, I think now we see again this chance. Obviously, like he couldn't see the ball there from Raspadori because the ball is coming with pace. Plenty of bodies in front of him. You look, he reacts so well with his shoulder, almost like a proper volleyball player.
He didn't know too much about it, Onana, not that it matters. That save could be crucial in securing a clean sheet and clinching a victory here. 4 added minutes at the Meazza. Time enough for Napoli to fashion one last opportunity. But they might only get that and even then it's not guaranteed. Rahmani. He was caught by Lautaro Martinez. On we go. Gosens. Elmas has given it straight to Bastoni. Now they'll ask questions of Rahmani in the air. Who got the last touch? It was the man from Kosovo in to have the ball exactly where they wanted, and Zielinski once again will come away on the losing side in a game away at Inter in Serie A. It seems to be a yearly occurrence for Napoli. He's been there for every single one of them. Something about this ground, called it a hex or a hoodoo, doesn't really matter. Frequently, Inter have been the better side, and now Lautaro Martinez frustrating the visitors further.
Yes, because he's so good when he put his body there in between the defenders and the ball. So strong, and here wins vital free kick where Inter can play with the clock. Here again, Onana say, look the amount of body he's got in front of him, reacts. Yeah, bit of luck, because I think if the ball was just sider on the right, on the left, it would have been goal. Here Inzaghi furious with his players.
Inter will surely just keep it in the corner. It's exactly what they do with Lautaro Martinez. And Lozano played it against Raspadori. It's just not going Napoli's way. And Dzeko, 2 minutes away from one of his biggest contributions since signing for Inter. Scored plenty of goals. Gagliardini with the flick on. Away by Osimhen. Didn't run for Simeone. Skriniar has to hurriedly clear. 90 seconds remain. Inter showing why any suggestion that Napoli would run away with the title was certainly premature predictions. Osimhen couldn't win the flick on. Acerbi smashes it forward. Gagliardini helping out the Inter cause. Kim. Raspadori, Kim again, getting forward from centre-back. And when Napoli needed a flick on from Simeone, it didn't come, but they do have a throw. Travelling supporters bemused and disappointed. Is there a dramatic twist in the tail here? Elmas, Raspadori. Inter have got the ball and surely got all 3 points. Çalhanoğlu clears it towards the corner. It has to go long from their end. Can Napoli win the flick on? Osimhen gets there. Lozano trying to turn. It's no outball for the Mexican. Well won by Gagliardini. Barella, chance to kill it off perhaps. Lautaro Martinez with Correa in support. Kim wins the challenge, but the 4 added minutes are all but up. Is there time for Lozano? The referee blows his whistle. Edin Dzeko, the match winner for Inter. Napoli fall for the first time this season. They lose again at Inter. 5 times in a row, Napoli have failed to beat Inter on this ground. 5 times in a row, the Nerazzurri have beaten them here in Serie A. The title still a long way off for Napoli. If that 33-year wait is to end this season, then they'll still have plenty of tests to come through yet and plenty of points to plunder. Encouragement for Milan, who are now 5 back. Juventus 7 adrift. The title race up for grabs, but it's all about Inter tonight. Simone Inzaghi with the game plan to defeat Spalletti, and Edin Dzeko with the all-important match-winning moment to give Inter 3 deserved points. A fabulous advertisement for Italian football at San Siro. And it ends Inter 1, Napoli 0.